Muted in OBS. Oh.
Default should be.
It's just LB because like the rest of us
Okay.
are coming
Hello.
through.
Okay, weird. Okay, I redid my hi everyone. Sorry about that. I redid my microphone cord, so it's new and things got changed around. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the stream. I'm LB Hack 'em Up. You found us on Hack Recklessly, where we just hit 600 followers. If you are following us, go to my Twitter, or my X, whatever, or my threads. If you comment on the giveaway post there, you could win a Steam gift card as well as some other baubles. Like and comment and subscribe. That's what you missed. That's all you missed. We're back with our level 15 campaign, Playthings of the Gods. Thank you for joining us. Let's go around and have everybody say who they are and who they're playing tonight, starting tonight, because we are missing our lovely Tanya with Val.
Hello, everybody. I'm Val. You can find me the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet, mostly over on GGK throughout the week, playing and running games there. But tonight I'm playing Arrow, who's a water genasi, Circle of the Moon druid, Path of the Beast, barbarian.
Hi, everybody. I'm Van. You can find me on the internets at Van, but Wilder, wherever you can find people on the internets. I also stream over on GGK several days a week and here on Sunday nights. And tonight I am playing Alhena, who is a Circle of the Stars druid.
I'm next. I'm Rachel. Rachel Elizabeth. Rachel Elizabeth with the ZDML7S. I'm here on Sundays. I'm on GGK. The aforementioned game nights on Tuesdays and every other Wednesday. And tonight I am playing Talon, the Gloomstalker Ranger / Death Cleric. And I can also tell you where you can find my cousin Tanya on the internet, Tanya Rowland, or the Abominable Pugs. And she plays, not tonight, but most times, she plays our tiefling bard named Moxie, and she also does awesome ass stand up if you're in the Southwest Michigan area.
Hello, I am Alex, OMG it's some guy on the internets, mostly just here on Sundays at the moment. In this game I am playing Colchis, a Minotaur Oath of the Ancients paladin.
And I'm LB Hack 'em Up. I'm going to be your dungeon mistress for this evening. We are going to get into it, but before we do we have a recap from the last episode? Take it away, Rachel.
I'm in the middle of a bite. I didn't think it was going to happen that fast.
I'm sorry. I am your dungeon mistress for this evening. I will be in command of everybody, as well as the NPCs. Take it away, Rachel.
Previously on Playthings of the Gods, this is going to be a disappointingly short recap because Chompy was kicking their asses. But the God Squad are the chosen for a reason. That reason, apparently sheer determination. Moxie kept Chompy on a psychic leash. Alhena, as a giant eagle, flew Kulkus over to smash. Talon shot a few arrows, and at one point, Arrow was a blue whale trying to ride a T-Rex cosplaying as a dragon. It was pure chaos of trying anything and everything to not die in this volcanic cave. When we last left our adventurers, they'd won. Barely. And a voice came out of the darkness further into the cave, wondering what all the commotion was.
Thank you very much. All right, you guys find yourselves, there is still light from the daylight spell, and it is just shining off of some of these rocks that have been turned into obsidian in the cave. Further in, you are still at the mouth of an area that you can kind of see glimmering, and there is a voice and a small light coming from within. You guys can all gather back up together, since some of you were a little bit further away, but you can all gather back up before moving forward. What would you guys like to do?
Everyone doing all right?
As well as can be,
Sound
considering
off
what we just
if you're
faced.
alive. Yeah.
Alive.
Alive.
Alhena's pretty busted up, but not too bad.
Oh no, Moxie's silent. She's dead.
Moxie's
No,
dead.
Moxie, wake
No.
up! Moxie, wake up!
RIP.
Well,
Moxie
I'm
starts
gonna...
playing a song.
Guys, I'm fine.
Should probably scope this place out a bit. We heard a voice, right? What did she say again?
Who's there or something?
Hello? Is anyone there?
I assume that's who we're looking for, right?
think it has
Or
to
if
be.
Chompy has a sibling, I'm leaving.
Done adventuring. Fuck this. Fuck you.
Fuck this, Elena. We're going
This
home.
far, no
Fuck
further.
the gods. I'm done. We're leaving. Let's go. If another dragon cosplaying or T-Rex cosplaying as a dragon comes out of this fucking cave, I'm out.
This one's a dragon
Hello?
cosplaying a T-Rex.
Oh,
Also
God.
out. I am done.
That one might be a
Yo.
little more reasonable, but
Yeah. Yo, who's there?
hello.
Hello? Can you come into the light? I can't see you.
Bring the daylight around. I guess I can't move it, but I've got my other light spell.
Mm-hmm.
I can also cast light.
And you guys make your way into this larger space. You can see, well, I guess you can't see. There is the light kind of fades as it goes off into this big area. There, you cannot see the edges of it, but sort of halfway into this room, you can see that there is a pile of like shining different things, and next to the pile there is a light source that is split in a way, as the light source is behind bars, and there seems to be a figure you're about like 80 feet away from this figure in a cage, and she's leaning up in front of the bars and kind of squinting towards you guys. Oh, hello.
Hi. Are you
Hey.
okay?
Oh, I'm all right. Are you all right?
We're fine. Are you Ermely?
I am. How do you know me?
Someone told us to come here. I'm blanking on that part. We were
Was
told
it-
you were here.
Was it Brajia that told
Mhm.
us?
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice. Is Chumpy gone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and she makes a sound from a distance that's.
Yeah.
Chompy won't be bothering anyone else again.
Oh, that's kind of sad. I thought we were making progress.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, you could come in. There's nothing else in here except for me.
Heads on in.
You guys make your way deeper into the chamber, and as your light illuminates more, you get a clearer picture of the being that is stuck in this cage. She's about like 5'4", a small half orc with some pale green skin, pointy ears, short white hair that kind of is spiky around the sides. Those very small teeth sticking out, and you see as you get closer there is a something moving on her back, something pink, and it seems to be grabbing at the bars, and this large head comes over her shoulder as there seems to be a pink octopus hanging out on her back, but she is wrapping her hands around it. As you can see, one of them is a normal with her normal green skin. The other one seems to be some sort of mechanical hand, as she sort of is looking out at you guys. She's got her like face kind of right up to the bars, and all of the items and gold and platinum and silver is just piled up over on the side. Kind of, she's part of the pile, it seems to be.
Is there a lock on this cage?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Who all are you?
We are. We ever given ourselves an official name?
No, I've just been jokingly calling us the God Squad forever.
We are, much like yourself, champions of our deities, and we have been traveling around trying to locate other champions, as other champions have come under attack.
Oh, that's awful. So you know me as just a champion then?
I
Yeah,
don't think we've ever met.
I don't think we've met.
I
I
don't
think
think
we'd
so.
remember.
Right. I know, I'm very distinct. I'm a very short half orc.
You know you have an octopus on your back.
Oh yes, that's my friend.
And we'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Let's try to get you out of there.
Yeah, Talon's already on her knees, like in front of the cage with her thieves'
Mhm.
tools out, and she looks up at Ermelie and goes, "Chompy didn't cast any spells or anything on this lock. It's just a lock, right?"
Oh no, Chompy didn't know how to do spells.
Okay. And she'll work on picking the lock.
Mhm. She kind of looks at all of you and says, "Oh, you are a wonderful, diverse group. I like that."
Thank you.
Thanks.
I don't see many centaurs and well, you're an elf, right?
Me, yeah. I rolled a 25 on my sleight of hand check.
Yes. Usually, when people are traveling around with others, it's normally they like to stick with their own kind, or if they're in an adventuring group, they stick with people from their plane of existence. But you guys seem to be from everywhere.
My kind don't like me much, usually.
Oh, that's very sad. Why's that?
History.
History can be very dangerous, yes. Would you like to make? Oh yes, you should please make a roll.
I did, 25.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
The lock
All right,
clicks
we're
open
playing
and
D&D.
Talon, and Talon backs up.
Mhm. You see Ermelie picks up a bag, and she kind of pops it. So a waist bag, I guess. She kind of like she's got a fanny pack. She clicks it together, and walks out. And you see that the octopus on her back is kind of just like moving from side to side as she turns. Most of the arms are wrapped around her, but 3 of them sort of are ever like moving around her as she's moving.
I have 2 questions, but I'm going to start with the non-important one first. How is the octopus still? How's your friend still alive?
What do you mean?
They usually need water.
Oh yes, Little Tooth is magical.
Lil Tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And that's enough of an explanation for me. Second question, why are you here?
Oh, I was here to try to get Chumpy to stop being so mean. I think it was working.
I don't think it was working.
Well, he was
Talon
only...
like looks down at herself. She's like, just beat the hell up. Looks at all of her friends, just beat the hell up.
Sometimes these things
definitely
take
working.
time. But
Yeah.
he was a very mean dragon. T-Rex thing.
Yeah. So you weren't here for any god-related stuff?
Well, yes, I was sent by my god to stop Chumpy.
Alone.
Yes.
Your god sent you. How old are you?
How old am I?
Mhm.
I'm 22.
Okay.
She's gonna
Your
say
god
like, I'm
sent
600
you-
years old.
Yeah.
Your god sent you alone to deal with. Can we see like the chompy carcass over there?
It's
to
just a
deal
lit up.
with that.
We don't
Nice.
have to be mean. We don't know what Amelie
Emily.
is capable of.
No, I'm sure. This is the second time we've met a person whose god is just like, yeah, go at it alone.
Yeah.
It's just kind of throwing me for one. I don't.
Plus, I'm
I
starting to
can't.
think
I
that
can't handle this right now. I'm just gonna go sit down for a second. She just goes and sits down.
if your brain's not fully developed, I don't know if if a god should be sending you out. If you're not old enough to rent a carriage, I don't know if you should be going out and doing this kind of stuff on your own.
That's how most gods operate. It's strange that you guys are all together as a team.
That is true.
As,
We are kind of the odd people out.
so it had nothing to do with like the war.
The war?
it's not technically a war just yet, though. With how many cities were attacked, maybe it has technically begun. It's kind of hard for
It's
there to be like an official declaration when it's not nations at war.
Yeah, it's kind of
Right.
Schrodinger's war right now. We haven't really
Uh-huh.
gotten any definitive confirmation that there's like actually a war going on.
I see. No, it has nothing to do with any wars. Usually when there's wars, I have to go and I have to make them stop. Which
Well,
I am very
then
good at.
you may have a lot of work in
Yeah.
the days ahead.
Oh,
If you could do that here, that'd be super great.
of course. Well, who's warring?
The gods,
You're
and
really
like
out of the loop, aren't you?
I've
Talon
been
is
here
literally just sitting in the corner, like elbows on knees, just like muttering to herself as she's like taking all of this in, just like I how to what like
Normally, how long have you been in the cage?
Well, what month is it?
we tell her what day
Yeah.
it is.
what month it is.
Oh.
October.
June.
Uh-huh. Oh. Well, probably about a year.
But that does explain some of it.
Mm. I can't talk to my deity unless I'm by water, so it's been a little quiet for me.
Got it. Okay. Well, no offense to you. You weren't the source of information that I was hoping we were going to get here. But there's a staff we're looking for.
Oh, there's many things here. Chompy's gotten a lot of things. What
we're gonna-
specifically are you looking for?
It's a staff.
A staff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start
That's-
looking.
Yeah, the scepter of. Because of course I only put the
Savaris.
actual name in once.
Yeah. The Scepter of Savaris.
I know. I remember in the description. I don't remember if it's the description or something I read. Blue crystal, blue gemstone.
The one that whispers, yes. That one's creepy.
There's a whispering scepter. Okay, that's the one I think we're looking for.
Okay. Well, since Chompy's dead, I think that we should probably reallocate some of these funds out to the people who he's hurt. But there's plenty of items here that you could take. And probably a lot of gold and platinum and stuff if you'd like. I don't think I can carry all of it.
It's, I mean, we can certainly assist in getting the wealth back to the people, though. It seems like this may be a longer term endeavor.
Well, if you could get me, well, I need a backpack. I can only hold so much, and Little Tooth can only hold so much as well. But if we get a bag, perhaps I could just carry the bag across the country, or the countryside, the mountainside.
We have a ship.
Oh, wonderful.
We can still get you a backpack if you need one.
Yeah,
though.
if you want a backpack.
I bet we have some extras.
Yes,
There are
I could put
probably some bags in here.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, you're very smart. What's your name?
I'm Colchis. I suppose introductions are in order, and I go around and
Wonderful. Oh, and you have a symbol of Lyra on your
yes,
arm, on your shield, right? It's just, oh, are you a follower of Lyra?
I am. Yes,
Oh, I love her. She's so sweet.
generally yes. Can't say that I've had the pleasure of meeting Eldath.
Oh, she's very nice and very pretty. Right. Well, if you want, I can help you look for items. Little Tooth is very good at finding magical things because he is one.
Yeah, so let's root around and see what we find.
All right. Start piling up the gold and stuff over there, and I'll start looking for magic items for you.
Talon's just gonna look for a backpack for this sweet
Okay.
thing that she just
Find
Talon
her a
is just
nice bag.
yeah, like Talon is just trying. She's just like, I don't know what else to do with this person, so I guess I just have to adopt and protect her now. Like I don't know what else to do. She's so sweet, and like I, in the exact opposite of Talon, so she's just like, well, guess I'm protecting this child thing with my life now. Like
You're mine now.
You're mine. You're mine now. You're my responsibility.
The
I've
plan
accepted
is
it. That's what
kind
she
of
was deciding while
changing.
she was sitting on the floor. Like I'm just gonna go with her now. Sorry, guys. I just have to protect her. She got herself captured by a dragon. I have to go with her.
All right, you guys start moving all of the gold and items around, and what Ermelie finds for you is get ready, note takers. You find a wand that seems to be made of like a silver metal that branches out and comes back together at the top that holds a shard of black glass at the end. You find a ring, some nice boots. You find an amulet that has a black stone in the middle an amethyst stone in the middle, and it's like a fist-sized chunk that has sort of waves going around it. You find a black skull shaped amulet that has a humanoid skull that looks to be screaming with ruby eyes. You find a mantle, thick fur-lined cloak with a frost rune stitched in the hem with
Sorry, is that
silvery
separate from
thread.
the mantle?
No, this is the
said-
mantle.
This is the mantle. Okay.
Yeah, this thick fur-lined cloak is a frost rune stitched in the hem with silver blue thread. I'm gonna need somebody to roll me a d4.
I shall do it.
Mm-hmm.
D4, it's a 4.
A 4. Okay, you find a small figure in the shape, oh, this makes sense, of a Paleosaurus. No, I don't like that. That's not gonna help. You know what? Let's just make it thematic. It looks like a little T-Rex. It's a little jade figure that looks like a T-Rex. And then you guys find another ring that has a gem in the center of it that looks to be like a galaxy, like you saw in the Astral Sea. And it has... it has 3 sapphires in it. And then you find a bow that is tipped with purple gems, like at the edges of the bows. And then the actual bow itself seems to be some sort of metal, even though it is bendy like a normal bow. And then you find an interesting looking scepter, the one that was described to you, that you can assume is the scepter of Savaris.
All right. Can we set Moxie to work identifying these?
Yes, you can. What would you guys like to do in the time that Moxie is identifying everything, besides filling bags? We'll say you find 5 bags worth of, like, you can fill up with stuff.
This feels like short rest territory.
Yeah.
Great. if we could
Absolutely.
About how
Like-
much money are we dealing with here? Is there an amount that you have on hand, or is
I
it
do.
just okay?
Let's
'Cause I
see.
agree. I don't think we should take everything,
Mhm.
but I do think that we are owed a percentage.
Yeah. So there is about 10,000 gold here. 400 silver pieces, 500 electrum, and 235 copper. Roughly.
Mm-hmm.
You also find some gems, and I will send you those because it doesn't really matter, but there's agate, quartz, hemalite, lapis lazuli, and other items. I will just copy this and send it to you guys. So you can have gemmies if you want to sell them later. And then you find 2 diamonds worth 50 gold pieces, 500 gold pieces.
Each diamond's worth 500, or total they're worth 500?
That's Revivify is 500, right?
I think it's 6. Or is it 3?
It's
I
300.
think it's 3.
300? Okay.
Each 500 gold pieces each.
Okay. 2 revivifies, fam. For those of us who have it.
Yep.
That just like tosses the gems over to Alhana and Alan, I assume. You're the two that revivify, right? Or I guess
I think
Focus
I
has it
can
too, right?
have it.
I don't know. Can druids cast Revivify?
Actually, I
They
don't know.
can,
right?
Yeah,
they?
I have it. I just don't have it prepared right now because I assumed Alhena did, but I'll probably prepare it for our final battle.
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
I mean, I've got it. So
Oh,
I'm
I
just
swapped it
over
out for
here.
daylight.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how the D&D Beyond short rest works because I clicked the things thinking it would heal me, and then it did nothing.
You
You
have,
have to
to
click
check
it.
off how
Yeah.
many hit dice
Yeah.
you're using.
You check those off, and then you click the box with the dice
to
where it
roll
says like
it.
2D something. Like you click that, then it'll add the hit points back, and then you hit the
And then
take
you hit
short
take
rest
short rest.
button.
It's
It's
convoluted. So Ermelie
It's
lets you
easier
guys
on the app.
Ermelie lets you guys know. She says, "Well, I haven't talked to my god in a while. And if we could find some running water, which I think there's a river close by, I could talk to her, and then we can find out more if you're looking for more information."
That'd be great. We've been reaching out to our own gods and haven't really gotten much, so
Oh,
it would be good.
that is
See if
unfortunate.
somebody else knows. So she chose you as her champion pretty recently, right?
Well, no. I mean, yes. Well, about
Because you're like the first champion that Eldath's had since for a long time.
yeah. I mean, it was about 3 years ago, I guess. So I haven't been doing it for very long. And I guess 1/3 of that I was stuck here, so maybe I'm not doing a very good job.
Yeah.
I think you're doing a great job.
You're alive, so yeah.
Oh, thanks.
And you're not stuck in a crystal.
Oh,
So
that
you're
would
doing
be
better than
bad.
some. So, but she hasn't mentioned anything to you about the war.
Well, she said that there are always wars, and that if there is a war, then we need to help stop it.
But like the God War.
Oh, God war. No, nothing about a God war.
Maybe she's staying out of it.
I think when this is all said and done, we need to plan like a seminar with the gods about communication and the importance of clear communication with employees.
People that are supposed to be working for them.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful. I could bring snacks.
Yeah.
Talon just like stops filling up this bag. Just stares at her.
Do you like working alone, or do you like want to join a team?
Oh, I like working alone because I meet many people on my travels. I get to speak with so many people. I'm not really alone.
We're sort of forming an initiative of sorts.
I see.
You stole my joke.
Well, that sounds fun. Is it just your group?
There's some others.
Yeah, we've got some other pals that kind of go out and do their own thing, and we regroup from time to time.
Yeah,
That
we've
sounds
been
wonderful.
gathering the other champions.
Oh.
Most of them kind of fucked off and went their own ways, but we know we've set up those like
Right.
that network.
Right.
So if you want to be part of it, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would love to be part of it, but I don't know how my god would feel about it. As long as I don't have to fight, I think I'll be all right.
Let's see.
Oh, no
she
fighting
says.
for you.
I think that's your
I'll do your
choice.
fighting.
That's very nice, Talon. Has anyone ever told you that your ears are wonderful?
No, but think. Oh yeah, yeah. I feel like that happened a
Looks over
very
at
long time ago.
Elena.
I feel like that was like season 1. I think Elena actually did.
I
To
have
talk about
definitely
how
said that at
pointy-
least
I
once.
feel like season 1. That was like Talon has very pointy, nice ears.
Mhm.
In out of character,
Mhm.
how much of the money y'all should we are we gonna
I don't know. How much do we think she can carry?
Well, we can load it on the ship, because I was kind of thinking we load all of this on the ship, we bring it to the refugees that we found. We already gave them
Yeah.
some money.
It's like a good rebuilding fund, though, at least part of it.
Yeah, but out of the proportion that, because I assume this is going to be our like potion
Money to buy
fund.
healing potions.
Yeah.
That we might need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
Potions of
total?
flying and
Do we have a total?
So it's 10,000 gold and then pocket change.
10,000 gold, 400
Pocket
silver,
change.
500 electrum, 235 copper.
In comparison, like so it's 10,000 gold, 400 silver is 40 gold, 500 electrum is like
250 gold or something.
No, it's like 25 gold.
No, wait. Electrum is in between gold and silver.
Yeah.
I thought
Correct,
electrum
it's
was
5.
between silver and copper.
It's copper, silver,
No.
electrum, gold,
Yeah.
platinum.
Got it. Okay, yeah. So like 250, and then
The copper is like 2
copper's
gold.
literally pocket change.
Okay, so
those are the
10,000
pennies we
and-
found on the floor.
So
10,000 and
10,090,
Yeah.
right? Ish.
Mm-hmm.
In gold, if we're just converting it to gold in our brains.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hit up Fantasy
yeah.
Costco, get all the healing potions.
Fancy
I got-
Costco, here we come.
I
And
don't
listen,
remember what Garfield sounds like. Sorry.
It's me, Garfield, the Deals Warlock, or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
pretty
It's
much
just
it.
He
Got
wants
in
to make a
one.
deal. Kind of like that. I'm
Uh,
Garfield, the deals warlock.
But I meant more just like we need someone who has enough healing potions in stock, and only Fantasy Costco would
I
have
imagine
That's
that much in
true.
stock.
It is
If
where
we
all
go
your
to-
dreams come true.
Candlekeep, because that was a pretty magical place. Do they have magical shops there? Like,
It's a
you know,
magical place. Not
there were a fuck ton of wizards there.
That's
Right,
just like a
if-
big library, though.
you would probably have to go to Neverwinter or like Neverwinter would have the most
Okay.
like magical shops. Candlekeep is more of a museum
alchemist.
library. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we should leave some with the
Just take-
townsfolk here,
You don't think like 5,000?
and then take the rest. Yeah, take the other half.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at the other gems and trying to figure out.
We're
what
taking
those are
all,
worth.
pay them back later. I owe you.
No.
Mhm. All right. So, Moxie finishes identifying everything. I'm sending them to you guys. Hopefully they all come through.
jeez.
Well, but you have a Wand of Lightning Bolts, a Ring of Resistance that is force damage, Boots of Haste, Amethyst Lodestone, an Amulet of the Black Skull, a Minstrel's Mantle, the Wondrous Item, the Figurine of the T-Rex, and then you have the Ring of Shooting Stars, a Dragon Wing Bow, which does chompy damage. So that'll
Choppy
be
damage. Sorry, I got so
fire
excited.
that passes through resistances, and the Scepter of Savaris.
Okay.
Chompy bow now.
So Arrow takes the bow. I'm just kidding.
I swear to God. It's all I've wanted since this campaign started was a magic bow. You're not taking this from me. You can't have it.
Reminds me of there was a home game I was in once where the DM tried to give me, a thematically appropriate magic weapon, and one of the other players was just like, "Oh, I want that," and just like
Yeah.
everyone was
Yeah.
just like, oh, what?
Hold on.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You can have a T-Rex figure that you can ride into battle as a whale again.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
right.
still just getting all these things down in my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Though, of course, we'll have this message to refer back to.
Yep. Some cool stuff, some stuff for specific people if you want them. And then the scepter, somebody's going to have to attune to it to use it. If you guys want to discuss more as a group when Tanya is back, feel free.
Can
But,
anybody that can do magic attune to it?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm. So
Pulling
I
up
had
all these links to look at the.
Yeah. So the Wand of Lightning Bolts I had for Kulkis, so that he could have some stuff for distance.
Some ranged options.
The Boots
That
of
would be
Haste would be good for anybody to do more attacks, whether that is Talon or Arrow. The Mantle would be good. I think the Mantle is the one that has flying.
Question about the Boots of Haste. Is that I assume you cast the haste spell on yourself?
Yes. Yep.
And it's concentration like usual?
It's like the Boots of Speed. Yeah. They are just a Boost of Speed copy, and instead you cast haste on yourself.
The
Okay.
Boots of Haste link is not working for me.
Oh, it is a custom item, so you guys
It
can
works
add
for
it to
me.
your character sheet. Oh, hi.
Yeah. So it's like Boots. It's because the Boots of Speed, I know, just double your movement,
Yeah.
but it doesn't do concentration. But
Yep.
the Boots of Haste are more. They give you the haste, so you get the additional actions and the
Yeah.
AC and everything, but you have to
Yes.
concentrate on it. Okay, cool.
And you do have to attune to them. The Lodestone is the one that gives you flight. You can also cast reverse gravity with them, which is fun.
Yeah.
Or you can reverse gravity, or not reverse gravity. You can. It's called gravitational thrust, which allows you to throw somebody basically up to 20 feet in direction of your choice. So that's fun. And I don't expect you guys to use all of these. I'm just giving them to you so you guys have choices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Amulet of the Black Skull is just a fun little. I think Moxie might like that. It has 6 charges, and they regain at the end of the day. You have to. You can teleport with it with a Constitution saving throw, and you roll a D100 when you do that. And sometimes things happen to you if you don't make it. And then the Mantle, while you're wearing the cloak, you have resistance against cold. You can cause the cloak to the cold. It could cause cold wind. You can knock somebody prone with it. You can cast Sleet Storm with it, so that's fun too. The prehistoric figure is like any other wondrous figure. It can become a T-Rex for up to an hour. It can't be used for 14 days after it's been used. The Ring of Shooting Stars is always fun. Basically,
Such a cool item.
dancing lights and the ball lightning stuff. And then obviously the Dragon Wing Bow for Talon. It is a long bow, so it does some extra fun stuff, and takes some additional d6 chompy damage. Purple dragon damage.
We'll have to play with what type. I just added one to my character sheet just to look at it.
Yeah, it'll be fire damage,
Okay.
but it'll pass
ignore
resistances. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's a plasma bolt, but it will ignore resistances of fire.
Nice.
And then the Scepter of Savaris is a +5 quarterstaff.
Damn.
If you want to use it in combat, but somebody does. You can also use it to entrap a god. which is super fun. It's
What's
going to
everybody-
be it's going to be like RPG rules where you have to like get them down to a certain point to trap them. Like they can, you know, it can't just be like out the gate. You know how those things work. Video game logic.
What's everybody feeling?
I mean, the wand of lightning bolts, I would like, as previously discussed. I'm just looking through some of these other ones still.
Mm-hmm. Abaddon.
Reading the amulet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's funny because the Scepter of Savaris, when I made it, like I looked for it and it wasn't in there, but I was like, oh, well, I guess I have to make it. So I went in and I was like, create a custom magic item. And it was like, what do you want to base it off of? And I was like, a scepter. And it was like, you mean the Scepter of Savaris? And I was like, yeah. And then I went and searched for it again and I couldn't find it. So I was like, I guess I'll just make one. I'll copy this one. That totally isn't there already.
Yeah.
Peppa girl. Let me see your face. Let me see your face. Oh, you got
Yeah, I
itchy.
mean, there's a couple things that
Mhm.
would be useful for
Mhm.
me. So I'm not like if other people are feeling
Mhm.
particularly frisky about something.
I literally don't care about anything other than the bow.
I mean,
Something on here that you had specifically for Moxie.
Not really. More like things that she could use that would be fun for her. Like the amulet, or the Ring of Shooting Stars. I think I
Yeah.
think Alhena, it makes the most sense to get the Ring of Shooting Stars.
Yeah, I was gonna say that just
thematically.
screams Alhena thematically.
But you know,
But
decide what
the
you
other
want.
thing I thought, what was the other one that screamed Alhena to me was the lodestone.
mantle.
No,
Oh,
the
yeah.
lodestone because it has reverse gravity, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh,
That one does have
I've
flight.
seen that before.
And Alhena does already have flight.
Yes,
And don't you
yeah.
can't you cast reverse gravity with it?
I can cast reverse
Yeah,
gravity. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the mantle I think makes most sense for one of our melee people because it's
Mhm.
got this aura
Mhm.
thing of
Mhm.
other creatures.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. The one thing I'm thinking about with that one though is a DC 14 deck save. At our level is going to be.
Sure, but it seems to be just a free action to
That
make
is
the
true.
effect happen.
That is
Mhm.
true. You just
Yep.
proc some.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I already have cold resistance? No, I have acid.
That's a Peppa girl.
Yeah. I mean, the two things I was thinking of was like using the scepter as a melee weapon would be pretty dope. Could actually do that instead of my tattoo.
So since the scepter does whisper to the user,
Well, you don't know
in
that
terms of
yet.
what-
You don't know that
yeah.
yet.
Yeah, fair.
Well, she told us it was whispering, so we
That's
know that
true,
there's some
that's
whispering
true.
Yeah,
going
and I
on.
feel like Raja warned us that like, oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna talk to you.
It can drive people crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
So that's the downside.
Yeah.
for the
Well,
walls, do we
I feel
give
like-
it to a lower in character like Arrow, or
A
just
lower,
feel
what
like-
save
yeah,
do
my
we
guess
give
is
it
like
gonna be?
my guess
Arrow's
is
the
out
least
of
likely to lose
character.
it.
Arrow's the least likely to lose it. However, do we think it's gonna? Do you think we're gonna have to make a wisdom save?
We didn't.
not
So
lose it.
Moxie identified it, but there was no like curse on it or anything.
There's no curse. There's no like curse. No, it does, because it of the nature of it, whispering voices in your head, and you've been told that it can, like, it's by the god, or the god of divination was captured in it, so it has the ability to show people things that are possible futures that could drive someone insane. But
It's
it is
got
not
the highest wisdom save.
Mine is +11.
Mine
That's
is
also
also
God
plus
damn.
11.
God
So,
damn.
The three of us are
Yeah.
plus 11. I thought that was the case.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I
mine's
thought we were
plus-
all high
Keep
Mine's
wisdom.
plus
discussing.
4.
Got lots of wisdom characters.
Mine's
So
4.
we've got lots of characters that could handle it probably
Yeah.
Like, I would use it just because I'm a druid and I can use quarterstaffs.
as
But-
Polar Master.
Yeah.
I do
But
have Polar Master, but you
You
guys
have
do
your
Culcus, you do melee a lot more than me.
yeah.
But you'd be trading out for your
Yeah,
armor.
I mean, we both have thematic weapons from our gods already.
Yeah. You use yours a lot more than I use mine, but
Yeah. I do not. I don't have a weapon, but I also, my body is a weapon.
your body is a wonderland.
Your body. Oh, wow. That was my John Mayer impression. Did everybody like it?
It was literally perfect.
I'm
I
so
thought John
sorry.
Mayer was here.
Let me post this to you guys. What's your proficiency bonus right now?
Plus
5.
5.
+5. So I don't know if it was Unearthed Arcana or D&D 1. There have been discussions of changing your attunement slots to match your proficiency level, which might help you guys decide how many you want to use or get. Would you guys want to, like, is that something that you guys think would be fair, where we up your attunement slot by 1 or 2 just to, so it's not so difficult to decide? Or
If it's matching proficiency bonus, then we'd all get 2 extra slots.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
have 3 by default,
Yeah,
which I don't
That
think
would be
anyone's gonna
amazeballs.
say no to.
right.
All right, I'm just thinking
Because
about my
then I wouldn't have
artificer
to-
character and being able to attune to like 10 items or something.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely nuts.
3 seems low when you get to
Mhm,
high
yeah.
levels.
I
Yeah.
think by default in Pathfinder 2, you get 10 like attunements.
Yeah. And I think that's fair, because, like,
If we had-
each of you have 1 slot that's already taken by your god's item.
If
So
we
you have
had like
to
an
The problem we're gonna run
artificer in
into
the
is
party,
that
I would be like, oh, I don't want to step on their toes because they
Yeah.
have that ability. To let me do
Yeah.
that. But the fact that
Yeah.
you don't, it's like
mechanically the problem we're gonna run into is that we're gonna figure out how to do that with these sheets if they can
Yeah,
be
'cause
edited
I
like that,
don't-
because otherwise we're just gonna have to manually remember that we have all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was looking to see if there was a way to manually
is a
override
lot.
your attunement limit. But
Or like, I
don't-
wonder if is there a feature or like a feat that lets you have more attunement slots? Because we could
I
all
don't
just
think
add.
so.
Okay,
I think the
you
only
can like
thing is
add
high level
custom feats, I think,
artificer.
but
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we'd have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you just edited the magic items to take out the attunement feature, that also
Mm-hmm.
fixes the problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the gods items.
Mm-hmm. Like, I
Yeah,
could make.
well, then we'd have
yeah.
to remember which ones like required attunement. Though.
Yeah, that's also true. But yeah, I mean, for right now, like I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Is that would let us use all these items.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of who's using them. But yeah, if nobody else is, if we're looking at like the final fight, we're gonna have to use this staff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, so if everybody else is like has their weapons and stuff, I'm down to
Yeah,
use
one of the
it,
two of
and
you is gonna get the most use out of it.
yeah, I will just switch to beating people in the face with a
Yeah.
staff
With a
instead
stick?
of my-
Do it.
I do. I'm leaning towards letting Arrow have it just because I have this funny idea of like, oh, the voice and the staff is like trying to crop them in. Arrow's just bonking people with it. Like, "Hey, stop hitting me.
I'm too stupid to fall
Yeah.
for your tricks.
To be fair, it's that there isn't a being in it anymore, so it's not going to be like the sword that is trying to seduce you over the dark side. Is just going to be like
It's annoying.
whispers of conversations from your future.
Yeah.
Arrow's
Yeah, I
the
mean-
least likely to care, I think.
That's
Mhm.
fair.
Yeah, don't give it to Talon. She'll be tempted.
Yeah. Least likely voted
Show
least
me.
likely to give a shit.
Voted
Mhm.
least likely to give a shit.
Arrow.
Me
Well-
voted most likely to give into the temptation of seeing what's going to happen to make sure that my friends don't die.
So I'm down to take that. The only other two items I think on the list that I was contemplating was I mean, y'all mentioned the cloak, which could be fun if nobody else wanted that, but I was looking at either the Ring of Force or the Ring of Resistance or the Boots of Haste.
I do think the amulet just like screams Moxie to me.
I think the amulet screams Moxie. I think Moxie should
Mhm.
I
definitely.
think that's a Moxie vibe.
But I'm fine. I also have more hit points, so if somebody else wants the Ring of Resistance to be able to buff themselves more.
Well, are you the kind of barbarian that has
No.
resistance against everything except force?
No, I'm I'm normal barbarian. I just have bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
But I'm fine with you taking that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to
You
say
are
like which of
also
us
most
gets
likely to
hit
get
the most by
blasted.
force.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most likely to get blasted.
Well, I'm remembering the force cage with fondness.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that would be good. That would, because yeah, and then I have resistance to acid as a genasi, and if I had resistance to that, I'm just gonna build out as many items that give me resistance until I'm basically a totem of the bear barbarian.
Mhm.
Just force it.
Does somebody want the Boots of Haste though? Because I think that might be good for some of the people that need to.
I think they'd be really good for
around.
Talon, especially if
I
you have
think
to
so, too.
concentrate on haste
think so,
because
too.
you're
Yeah.
less likely to get hit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm reluctant to take anything that's really gonna make me have to concentrate.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
we'll need
I
some-
could definitely use the Boots of Haste, especially since I can usually consistently like hit.
Mhm.
So I'll put those in my inventory.
I switched the boost and the scepter since they were both custom to non-attunement, so that we won't worry about those ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
Click those
Alright.
boots. Let's go. Get the
So-
zoomies.
So
I'll
add to
take the
collection.
staff, I'll take the ring.
Now what do I do?
You should just go on your character sheet and be able to add them. Since it's something I created, you should just be able to. Are they in
Scepter, the
there?
bow,
The lightning
the ring,
wand.
the wand,
Focus,
and
do
the
you want the
boots.
lodestone to be able to fly?
That'd be
That
pretty
could be
badass.
Useful, yeah.
Because
Thought you wanted to fly.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
I did, but I mean,
Again,
I do.
I can still fly one of you around, so
Yeah,
Hmm.
I do want to be able to fly. But I think. Oh, I thought it was a fly spell. Hold on, I was reading that differently. I thought it was said that I had to cast flight on myself.
No.
The amulet the lodestone has flight.
yeah, it's just as a bonus action you expend a charge to gain the power of flight. You just gain a flying speed for 10 minutes.
Hold on.
It's not the spell.
But again, I guess yeah, because you're gonna have the ranged option.
The Wand of Lightning Bolt, I can
How many
cast. It's 7 charges. 1 charge does the 3rd level Lightning Bolt, and I can spend more charges to make it higher level.
So you have like a minimum of 7 lightning bolts,
Mhm.
or a maximum of 7 lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it again. Yeah, I could take that if somebody else wanted. Again, I don't want to bogart stuff. So like, if somebody else wants the ring instead,
I think
I think they're both
Speak your
good for
truth.
both of you is the
Speak
thing.
your truth.
So
yeah,
all of us being able to fly would be nifty.
yeah.
I
There's
can
really
already
not one of us that, yeah, except for Alhana, there's not really one of us that wouldn't really love to be able to fly. It also gives advantage on strength saving throws.
which you already have when
Which
you're
I
raging, right?
Get from raging. Yeah, I mean, really, the one thing, I guess, thinking about it, the one thing is that I do not have any ranged options.
Yes. So giving you flight would be useful so that you can zip around.
Yeah.
Because barbarians get some move speed increase still.
I do. Yeah. I mean, my base move speed is 40. And when I say I don't have ranged options, I mean I could cast spells, but that's just not the way I've built my characters to be a primary spellcaster.
Yeah, you do have druid spells available to
do.
you.
My plan is just to use those to heal myself. To in moon.
You're sort of
form.
just becoming your own one-person party,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't really need any of us anymore.
Level 15, y'all are independent. Y'all can do a lot.
Well, my thought
Except
is
for
like
rangers.
I can use my moon ability to heal myself in wild shape, and that's like my build was to do that. So you could focus on healing other people.
Mm-hmm. Not with the changes.
That requires me to not. Yeah, that requires me to not get knocked out of wild shape in the first round.
You have polymorph still, right? Or who is polymorph? How did you polymorph into? Oh, you didn't polymorph. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I polymorphed myself there.
Hell yeah.
But I can't use my moon stuff when I'm polymorphed.
No.
It's only for wild shape.
All right. I just feel like you have a handle on stuff.
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
I still haven't taken anything. But...
Oh, the Ring of Shooting Stars for sure, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you take the ring.
Okay.
Do you want the mantle?
I mean, I was leaning towards the mantle
Or
if you don't
the
want
mantle,
it.
Colgus? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Sleet
that's fine.
Storm is a spell I already have access to.
Yeah, I was double
Yeah, me
checking
too.
that. I think I know I have Ice Storm. Do I also have Sleet Storm as an option?
But it's for free. For free.
Right. I'm just double checking because yeah, Ice Storm is one that's always prepared because of my oath, but Sleet Storm I do not have access to. Yeah, the mantle would be a good addition for me.
Ad break. 20 seconds.
Yeah. I'll take the scepter and the lodestone. If somebody else wants the ring, it's up for grabs. I will take it if people feel strongly about it.
And you guys can
we can decide more later
with Moxie too.
Yeah, I mean the main question is going to be like, how, as far as like rings and stuff go, like how many can you wear at once? Because I'm already wearing a ring of protection.
You have 10 fingers, baby.
Okay. Yeah, we were 10 rings.
Mm-hmm. It could be
You'd be surprised how unpopular that opinion is in the community.
Look, this is
because I share it.
At least two.
Let's buy. You know what? Rings of protection aren't that. Do they stack? Just buy. Let's go.
They
They're not
don't,
that expensive.
unfortunately.
Let's go buy. Let's each buy 10 rings of protection.
All right. So,
Anyway,
how much gold are you giving to Ermely?
5,000.
5,000. Okay.
Right? Wasn't that the decision?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys are gonna haul all this stuff, take a few trips to the edge of the cave, unless you guys want to talk more about stuff in the cave.
But well, what do we have that's unclaimed right now?
Yeah, just so we can list it for later.
Yep.
I guess that would be the Ring of Resistance, the Amulet of the Black Skull. We were saying giving that to Moxie.
The figure no one has really taken.
That one doesn't require attunement though, so really that's just whoever wants to summon a T-Rex. There is a 1 in 20 chance that it attacks us, but I'll take those odds.
I'll
I think that's
the
it.
dino.
Yeah, you hold on to that.
Did you see the artwork for those?
Yeah.
Fun.
Aren't they adorable?
Yeah, I'd actually just been looking over those the other day for whatever reason, and I was like, "Oh, those are so cool."
They're really cool.
Yeah, I think those are the only two. It's just the ring and the amulet right now are the only two that aren't claimed.
Just want to make sure we knew what.
So
Moxie
I'd say
had available
maybe
to
we
her.
offer the amulet, the ring to Moxie first dibs, and you know, She's also, is she the squishiest out of our group?
Probably. My armor
Probably.
class is 16.
Voted most likely to be disintegrated.
Okay.
That might be me, actually. Isn't that a dex save?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah,
Our
Moxie's
dex-
got a crazy high dex now as well, I think. In other news, I found a homebrew feat called Attuned. I can put in our chat that you can add to your character sheets. That you can fix the amount of attunement slots that you have.
Oh, dope.
lovely.
Nice.
Thank you.
So I will link that. It's just a really easy thing that you can add to your collection, and I will put that in the D&D Playthings info stuff.
Then I
you
shall.
can just hit manage feats on your sheet and just add a.
Yeah. And you can just add it and it gives you one extra, but I think you can make it so that it'll add, you can like work it so that it adds more than one maybe, but that'll at least give us one extra.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was really easy. So that's what I've been doing.
Dope. Thank you.
Since I knew I was getting the bow, and I was good other than that, but thanks for the big scam.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
All good.
All right. So you guys carry all the stuff. It just you have to be careful doing so because you're moving through this obsidian and out the tunnel again. You guys find yourselves in the bright light of day, and the ship is a little bit a ways away from the entrance of it. You guys told them to sort of hide in case Chompy came out. So someone's sending a message to the captain.
Yes.
I have ascending. I can do it. I think I've got spell slots left. I can do ascending. Hold on. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So you let Promise know that Captain Promise.
Captain Promise.
Captain Promise. Know to bring the ship around, and they do so. You guys load things up on the gangplank. You see that Nibbles is standing there at the edge. Raimi is also available to help bring things aboard. And Lightfoot is excited to see all of the new things that you've gotten. Excited to meet Ermely, and then she fucks back off to the Helms room. But yeah, do you guys want to? Okay, so Ermely, you guys give her the 5,000 gold, and she just says, "Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate this. This will go a long way in the communities."
Yeah. We saw a lot of people at the city that were attacked by Chompy, so
Oh, right.
check with them
Okay.
first.
Well, if you want to take me to the river, I can go speak with my god, and then she can tell me where to go from there. I think if you would be so kind as to drop me off to one of the I assume decimated villages, I can make my way from there.
Sounds good.
We can certainly do that.
All right.
Literally whatever you need.
You're just the sweetest thing. Is your eye purple?
Yep.
Oh, it's the most beautiful amethyst color.
Just like, what?
I lean
Thank
into
you.
Alhaina. I was like, she flirting with Talon?
I don't think so.
Okay. I have a hard time picking up on this.
Okay.
I think she's just nice.
All right. Well, I think the closest river is... Oh. And she sort of stops for a second and gets like a little lightheaded. And she's like, oh, I haven't been outside in a long time. The light is very bright. I think... And she kind of closes her eyes and like reaches a hand out. And you see Small Tooth also reach a tentacle out with her hand. And she kind of feels around. And she's like, if you go due southeast, I believe there is a river there that I could use.
It struck to promise to head that way.
All right. the ship begins to fly through the air. Ermely remarks that when you guys said a ship, she thought you meant a ship on the water, and she's never seen a ship on the air. And is very excited. You see she's at the front. She's still squinting a lot, having been in darkness for quite some time, but she is like leaning over the edge with her arms out, and you see that Small Tooth is also like waving their arms behind themselves, sort of flapping in the breeze as you move over the trees, over the mountain, and find yourselves on the other side. And you kind of land down in or close to a spot that there seems to be a waterfall and a little pool available, and the ladder goes down. I assume you guys fill in the crew as to what happened with Chompy.
Yeah.
They are very impressed by your awesome abilities. Especially Promise, who's like, oh man, I would have loved to fight a dragon. That would have been so cool. I mean, I don't want to really, but, you know, thematically it would have been awesome.
Yeah, probably better that you weren't there for this one. It's a bad dragon.
Yeah. I know they're not all bad, but the bad ones are very bad.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I actually said that without thinking about it, and then as soon as those words left my lips, I was like, oh, fuck.
I mean, yep. That is generally what one does.
You guys make your way down the ladder. Are you guys joining her in this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assuming, like, if she could open up a conference call so we can make sure that we ask some questions too.
Set up a conference call.
Mm-hmm. This is I mean, it's not a huge waterfall, but it is a fairly powerful waterfall that is going down the side of the mountain. The area around it is very lush and green, tropical plants everywhere, and Ermely makes her way to the side of the water, and as she sticks her hands in, you see Small Tooth's tentacles as well go in the water, and they seem to both be a little revitalized by this. And she says, all right, I'm going to try to speak to her. I hope that she's available. I know she's a very busy god. So you can just stand there, and if she speaks to me, then I'll tell you what she says, or... Well, it all depends on how it works, really. All right.
Just let us know what she's saying.
Okay. You see her step into this pool, and she goes into about her waist, and Small Tooth releases himself from her, and you can see him sort of float into the water and move underneath it as he removes himself from her. She sits for a moment, or stands for a moment in the water, sort of taking a breath in. She's got her hands at the top of the water, at the top of the water, the head of the water, whatever.
The surface?
The surface, thank you. I was like, there is a word for it, right? She's like running her hands
Guys,
over the
are we
surface.
stupid today?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is
I
yes.
think we're all stupid today.
She runs her hands over the surface of the water, and you can see her fingers, as they touch, the water seems to glow a little bit. And as she continues to concentrate, her whole body begins to glow. And you can see, watching her, nothing seems to be happening besides that until you hear the difference in the running water. It once was a very constant falling of water, this sort of ever-present rumble, but for a moment the water shifts and change, and the sounds from the waterfall begin to lessen, and as you look up at the waterfall, you see a being in the actual fall of the water. It's like when you look at a piece of marble, where they have the drape the marble that has a cloth over it, and it looks like you can still see the being underneath it, but it seems to be a 10-foot tall female form Arrow, you would see this as definitely the visage of a god. The rest of you have really only seen your gods as friendly forms, in that they appear to be humanoid size and of that lesser capacity. But this is a god appearing in their full might. She's, again, very large, almost the entire size of this waterfall as the water is flowing over her, and Ermely kind of looks up and smiles and goes, "Hello!" And this booming voice from outside of the waterfall, it is ever present, but it is still very calming. And the voice says, "Ermely, I've been missing you. Where have you been?" Ermely describes the past year very briefly as, I tried to go save Chompy and he captured me, and I've been working with him, and it's been, I thought I was making progress, but apparently not so much. But these guys came in and they helped. They have some, she says, they have some questions for you while you're if you're available, and while they're here. And they're champions of gods as well, which I'm sure you already know because you're so powerful. And she kind of lowers her head into the water, and you can see that Little Tooth is kind of peeking his head out from the water. It's just the top of his head and his eyes looking up at this goddess. And she, in this water, it shifts, and she sort of looks to the 5 of you, and she says, "Thank you for saving my Ermely from the grasp of the dragon. How may I be of assistance to you, weary travelers?"
That is a good question.
You're aware of the foretold God War?
Yes. The war that is to come seems to be present, though it is unlike those that I've seen before, a battle of attaining followers through devious means.
Yeah.
And you're neutral as the peace concerned deity?
My domain deals in peace and in the waters around. And you see the arms reach out, and as they do, they reach out of the waterfall itself, and as the water continues to fall from the arms as if they were themselves the head of a waterfall, to gesture to the places around you. And she says, "My goal is peace. I understand that to have peace you must have war. But if there is anything I can do to prevent it, or to spread the word of peace, I will do so."
So, what's your opinion on what's happening? What Timora and Bashava are doing right now?
It is devious. It is wrong. It is not the way things are done as gods.
Cool. Yeah, that's kind of our thought too. Just wanted to make sure.
So from our understanding, Timora is telling her followers to gather as many other followers and spread the word as much as possible. We haven't really heard anything that Vashaba's doing, and Talona is also super involved in this, and we don't know what she's doing either. So the only person that we know is really gung-ho about gathering followers is Timora. Do you have any information on that?
Taichi was a goddess many years ago, as you know. Bashaba and Timora, in the vessel that they are currently in, are like two streams, apart but close. They have their own followers and gain power from their followers. Bashaba does not need to deceive her followers to gain their trust. They know who she is. The followers of Timora are not aware of what is happening to her. She is keeping that from them.
That's the vibe we got in Waterdeep.
When the rivers combine, all of the power will be combined as well. They will be following the goddess of fortune, whether they are following Timora or Bashaba.
So we've been told for a while now there's a war coming, that champions are being chosen to fight on behalf of their gods for this. Has the war started? Is it going? We haven't been able to really contact our gods in a like concrete way. Are they fighting already, or what's going on up there?
Many deities are in chaos. They are not aware of the power that has been created. They were led to believe this war would be like all other wars fought by the gods. They were deceived. Whether it was on purpose or through a greater evil, it is unknown. The gods that have chosen champions like myself have put themselves in a great danger. The god champions that have been captured have cut off their deities from this realm, their power. This war is being fought. It is already here, but it is unlike anything that any of us have experienced before. It is a war of power, but not of strength.
So it's more like a covert political play than it is an outward bloody battle at this point.
It does seem so, though I fear that there will be a battle. To fight Timur and Bashaba before they become one is necessary for the prevention of a greater evil.
And Talona's just along for the ride, hoping that when there's a big upset, she can grab more power? Are we interpreting that correctly?
I believe that Talona was brought on board because of her feud with, and she motions to Arrow, your mother. She was promised power and the ability to destroy as she wanted, because with death and destruction comes hope for better things, the hope for luck. If your goddess, if you, and she points to Arrow again, if you are captured, she will be even more powerful. Because they cannot pray to the god of rebirth, of harvest. If there is no god of harvest, they will pray to the goddess of luck, the god of fortune.
So the end goal uh for this is Tolona or Timora and Bashava merging and then becoming like the top dog.
I believe so. There is revenge at play with Lythander, with your goddess, your mother. There is pettiness, but power is what Timora and Bashaba seek.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just assume that if we could find Azuth, who I'm assuming at this point, based on the information that we've gathered, is probably being held against his will to make these blue crystals that are cutting off the other gods, that could really swing things in a better direction.
If that is the choice that you take, Azuth would be able to break the magic that is holding the champions.
He wouldn't happen to like have an address where he might be just like hanging out.
I have no domain over Azuth or the knowledge of finding.
It's worth a try.
You hear her laugh, and as she does, all of the water in the pool kind of ripples as if it were like a large impact.
Well, you may not be the god of locating things, but we know the champion of Malar, who may be able to help us hunt down Azuth.
He is far beyond me. He lives in the sky.
Okay. So it sounds like our plan right now is free Azuth, and we can at least gain our allies back.
Yeah, for
But
like
that would,
Avengers
yeah,
style
if cutting
end
off,
game.
well, yeah, and if like cutting off their power, which is the people that are converting in Time War, I mean, assuming those people then go back to their original gods once they're free, or the connection is restored, then that would weaken them.
Yes.
Give us more of a chance.
Is that part of what Timora and Bashaba are doing? Is trying to take the people who have been cut off from their gods and sway them towards her or them?
Yes. Yes.
Like it's like very targeted. Oh, your god's not talking to you? Why don't you try mine?
Yes.
Okay. Sneaky.
Okay.
Sneaky, and that's coming from me.
I guess
they
then
had
we're
help from your friend. Her mind is melding with theirs. Her ways. I do not believe that she is doing it on purpose. The power of the goddesses is much more than immortal. You are on a clock. The emergence will happen, and your friend will be lost.
How long would you say?
I cannot tell the future. But I can assume with the power that has been created by the two of them, it will not last more than a month.
All right.
All right.
We've done
We
a
got a
lot
deadline.
more. I mean, we've
Yep.
done a lot more in less time.
Yep.
So that's
That's how we go.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, is there anything else that
questions?
Yeah, I don't have anything else to ask you specifically unless you know something that we don't even know to ask right now.
Oh, I have a question. Do you want Emily to go on her own or hang out with us, or you want us to hook her up with some of the other champions that are forming like a counter band of friends? We'll take her wherever she wants to go, but she's totally welcome on our ship.
Yeah, I mean, I think the hope is that once we free everyone and the ones that we manage to keep from being captured, like that we can, that it's going to be all hands on deck for the final battle.
War has many costs. As you've seen with the Aarakocra, there are many that are left behind, many damaged beings in this world. When the time comes, if you need her, I will send her there. But for now, she has much to do.
Cool.
Fair.
She will be safe now that she is among myself again. And she kind of again motions to the waters.
Safe is good. Otherwise, I wasn't really going to let her out of my sight for more than 4 hours while I slept until I got her somewhere safe.
Ermely is very powerful. She is very kind, but she is also capable. She
I
needs
don't doubt that.
direction. She like leans down. She needs direction sometimes.
I don't doubt that. I just hate any champion being on their own, given what we've seen in the past few weeks.
My domain is not a focus to those of greater power. She kind of like looks shyly away. I am a lesser god.
Any god is still more than us mere mortals.
But you have great power, and you can move the war in your favor. We are nothing without our followers.
Okay.
Yeah. Would be a lot easier if y'all could like fight each other and sort this out, but I get it. Yep.
Well, clearly we're making a turn to an evil campaign. We're just gonna go take out all of the Luck God's followers.
This is just God of War.
Yeah, I mean,
this
hear
just
me
turns
out.
into like all of us murdering every follower of Timora
Yeah.
and Bashaba that
We
we
kill-
find. If we
we
kill them
kill
all, they'll
every
have no
single
power.
You guys know that, like, if gods fight, maps are rewritten. Like, it is not better for the gods to fight this out.
Well, as long as Ermalu be safe from being taken by Zira and Timora / Bashaba / Taichi, whatever it is that they're going by now, then we will let her do her thing here in the village and help all the people that Chompy Stompied, and maybe go find Azuth or figure out if there's another option.
Yeah.
But it was lovely meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Sorry there was like a hot minute there where I thought you might be the one behind everything. We're squared away now.
Please, bathe yourselves in my water. You shall be restored.
All right.
Won't come out of bath.
I'm not one to, I'm not one to say no to stripping and hopping in the water. So
You see the hand from the Eldath reach out towards Ermely with, again, the water falling from her. She touches her forehead, and Ermely kind of gives a smile. The hand retreats back into the waterfall as the form of Eldath it fades away and the water returns to its normal fall.
Bath time, I guess.
State Town's are stripping
I
armor
do
and
feel
hopping in
like
water.
that
God told us to do it. I'm not gonna say no.
was that some was she casting shade on? Do we smell right now after this fight? Was that her telling
I mean,
us
we're like
that-
covered in blood and
Yeah.
burns. And
We
Yeah.
were surrounded by like pterodactyl creatures that I'm sure didn't smell great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
imagine they probably have some healing properties.
I am gonna have to
At
ask
least
y'all
spiritually.
opinions
Mhm.
what I'm gonna do with all this chompy meat that I salvaged from the cave.
Some of it is already cooked.
Yeah.
Some
yeah.
of it has been seared.
My thought is like, is
Seared,
it better for
medium
me to
rare,
go
like-
full like indignity and turn into like hot dogs, like the like a complete just like
Just chompy sausages, chompy
Yeah.
brats.
Is
To make it-
Arrow that petty?
am I that pet? In this case, maybe I'm between that and making something really nice out of it.
Mhm.
Could have
So,
been worse. He could have put you in a force cage.
Chompy tartar.
yeah, we could just do a cookout though. Burgers, brats,
Yeah.
chompy burgers, chompy brats. You know, it's up to
We
y'all.
can
I
find
just
some
want-
potatoes, like make some fries.
yeah,
Mhm.
y'all tell me what your requests are for dinner after we bathe.
All right. Let's go ahead and take our break now, and we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go in a place unless there's to grab a drink, grab a food, grab a friend. Do a stretchy stretch. Let's do a leg stretch. We haven't done that in a while. Stretch out your calves and your quads as much as possible. My calves have been super tight recently, so I think that's going to be great for all of us. We'll be back.
Don't neglect those hamstrings, baby.
That's right. Bye! Welcome back, everybody. We just had a lovely break. Everyone is splishy splashing, taking a bath in the waters of this wonderful little waterfall area oasis. And you guys all get the benefits of a long rest from bathing in these waters. So please take that. Ermelie is going to ask if you guys are still amenable to dropping her off at the decimated city of the Aarakocra.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
You guys all take the 10 minutes to get your armor back on. Or 2 of you take 10 minutes to get your armor back on. Load back up onto the plane, and she will direct Promise and the ship towards the village of the Aarakocras. You see that as you move across the land, there are strips that have just been decimated and burned by Chompy. It seems to be more closer to where he was located and kind of more sparse as you fly out. It takes you a couple hours to get out there. If you guys would like to spend time to attune to your items, please do so. And you guys see across the foliage, the trees, the canopies of this mountain and forest range, there is a you would not normally notice these buildings in the trees, but because the flames have burned away a lot of the leaves and upper branches, you can see that there are a lot of different tree houses and perches up in the very the very tops of the trees. There are few people down there, and as your ship flies over, they seem to scatter a little bit and go into hiding. Ermelie grabs her backpacks full of gold. Little Tooth is again wrapped around her, and he is holding 2 of them. And she looks towards the rest of you and says, "Thank you so much for all you've done for me. I don't know how I can repay you."
Well, go and do good work. Help these people.
I
And,
will.
you know, if we see you for the big final battle against the gods, then we'll call you even.
All right. Well, good luck on your mission, and may the gods be with you.
If you need us for literally anything, do not hesitate
I will
to
call if I need
send
to.
us a message. Okay.
Of course. And she takes each of your hands if you are amenable to it. She will take your hands and clasp them in hers, and she lowers herself down the ladder, and you see her kind of disappear into the treetops, and she makes her way to start spreading a little bit of wealth back to the people that were hurt by Chompy.
Helen kind of turns around and is like, you guys ever met the opposite of your doppelganger? Because that's what I feel like I just did.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised y'all got along as well as you did.
She reminds me of me at that age.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a while to process that. Shoot, just so sweet.
Well, where are we heading to now?
Well, there's the Azuth path. We could try to find Mishamar and see if we can figure out to get their god. Right?
Yes. It
But
seems like the main paths before us are either
hold on, let me get some paper. It's like telling spreads out like a big piece of paper. Like one of like Alheda's like blank star chart papers or whatever. We just like spread it on the
Yeah,
deck
just
and
roll out a
everybody
big
just
roll.
starts. Yeah, we just start like, okay. We can start like drawing branches and shit.
well, I was going to oversimplify things, but it's either we go and find and stop Nazira now, before this supposed month is up, or we take the time to find a Zuth, find Mishomar to help us find a Zuth, undo what's been done, at least get things back on even footing before facing Nazira.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't hate the idea of like them being less powerful, possibly,
Right. And
or us being more powerful, not us, but like, you know what I mean? Like the gods that we're kind of like aligned with, like kind of foiling their plan along the way. Although, like, this is probably a better idea than trying to figure out how to, because my other idea was like trying to figure out how to break them out of the cages. But once we do one of those, if we did figure it out without Azith's help, they would
Yeah.
know what we were up to and maybe put something in motion to stop us from that. So if we can break that in general, like before she can get more people stuck, or you know what I mean? Like if we can stop their way of cutting off the gods from this plane, then maybe that will help us. This is so complicated.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I think that would be that's why going after Zuth first makes sense. Make our, kind of makes resolving all this a lot easier if they no longer have their main weapon against everyone else.
plus there's the danger, we don't know what goes into putting a champion in one of these crystals. We show up to fight Nazira and boom, 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 we're all crystals and
Yeah.
suddenly there's no more opposition.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it seems like there has to be some sort of like they have to do something first, otherwise we'd all be crystals right now, So I don't like going into a fight against them without either having that off the table or knowing how it works. So
I think that will definitely help us.
but
Removing
I think
that as a possibility.
if we find the divination god,
Savaris.
my
Wait.
Minar, what
Who
was
was
the
it?
name?
Mishamar
Mish
is the champion of the god that we're gonna
Of
No,
Malar, who is the god
Malar.
of hunting and stalking. Nothing
Hunting
to do
and
with the god of
stalking.
divination.
Not
Oh,
divination.
never mind.
But
never mind.
hunting, maybe
Mhm.
I mean, that's finding.
Yep.
That's a solid path to try.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if we let me open a Scooby-Doo clues
We
before I start
talked about the
talking.
god of divination earlier.
But we don't
don't know.
know if they have a no. They're not one of the ones that's mentioned in the list of champions.
Yeah, so we don't have a way to contact them.
Well, we do have a way to contact them. They just don't have a champion. Because I've talked to two gods now that aren't mine.
Yeah.
Am cleric can do it.
Yeah, I mean, because if we know where they are, if we have a direction to go, then we can kind of decide how we want to tackle
So
that.
have a divination spell. A druids do too, right?
Depends on which one it is. Just straight up divination.
I have straight up divination, which is what I use to contact Talos.
I don't think druids have that.
But you
don't think so.
have augury. Is that the one that gives you that you can like look for a path or something?
No,
as
are you
well?
thinking of Find the Path?
I'm thinking of Find the Path.
Yeah, no, that's cleric stuff. Druids
Yeah.
aren't those.
Yeah. The most we have is like commune with nature and
Yeah, no
Mhm.
god stuff
yeah.
Okay.
generally.
Posture
Well,
check.
I have like I'm like hunched over. Like, I'm like that image of Charlie at the chalkboard. Like
Say, pretend you're
Pepe
standing
Sylvia.
at your red string board.
like, sorry, I got real crazy there for a minute. But I do have divination. I'm out of, I think, level 4 spell slots.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look.
Well, we
No, I'm
just
not.
got a
We just
long
got a long
rest.
rest.
I
Yeah.
could divination the god of divination. Uh,
Yo,
I'm not sure
dog.
how he would feel about that. I don't know if
I
he'd
mean,
be
that seems like
really
the
cool
bi-
with that or really not okay with that. I don't know.
That seems like a lot of respect. You're using their domain to contact them. Like, doesn't get more respectful than that.
yeah, if I do it in a respectful way.
Um,
So we could do that,
But
or we could
if
go
we-
try to find Mishimar and
if we find Mishimar, then hopefully their god can put us in the direction of like where we need to go to find Azuth and where we need to go to find Nazira / Timora / Bashava
slash Tai Chi.
/ Tai Chi.
Them big bad. That's just
Yeah.
Not them. It's 4 names now, all rolled into
Yeah.
one tiny drow
And
body.
Talona. Yeah, so I mean, I think that seems to be the better. I mean, either way, we have to go talk to Mishmar because we need some, unless we have some other way of finding out where the big bads are. But it seems like a god that hunts people is. We're going to
Look,
hire a PI essentially.
Yeah, I'm playing our half ranger, so I'm down to find the god of the hunt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm down.
But if we have this like 1 month timeline, it does give us more time
Mm-hmm.
to find other, anything else that might be able to help us. Which I don't have any ideas what that would be, other than if we want to, go out into the woods and grind for a couple days.
You're not getting another level.
Let's go hunt down a Tarask to fight as warm up.
But I mean, it's like allies go. We've talked to most of the champions that we know of.
Oh wait, which was the one that LB wanted us to find, but didn't think we were gonna find, but was excited about us finding? Oh, Nitsuko. I'm looking through the notes now. Where's Am? Are we anywhere near it? I just sorry.
I mean,
don't
kind
know.
of now that you're down here, but it really isn't. There wouldn't be a point to it, I guess. In the grand scheme.
I
of things.
can make there a point to it.
I mean,
Give me 5 minutes.
He's the follower of the god of
God of
creation,
craft.
the god of craft. So if you want
Yeah.
some constructs or something, maybe.
Build us.
We're assembling our Avengers Endgame
Uh-huh.
and fight scene, okay? Do I have to know them to send a message?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Thought about it.
We haven't gotten any clues as to like, because we know it's Timora Bashava doing their thing, trying to merge, and we know Talona is on their side, but we haven't gotten any other indication if there's any other gods that are on their side. And I'm assuming it's more than just the 2/3 of them.
One would think, but Eldath also said like this seems to be like a very atypical conflict, and like that a lot of the gods don't understand the nature of the fight.
Yeah, like normally a grab for power includes a lot of killing people or trying to kill other gods. This is a very like guerrilla style warfare. I mean, they could have other people on their side. You don't know.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been any indication outright that something like that is happening.
Yeah. It's just interesting that like no one else is really, alarms have not been raised, like other people aren't really getting involved yet. Like it's very strange the way this is all playing out right now. Just makes me think that there's got to be more people involved. Otherwise, it's incredibly one-sided. It seems like a bad plan. So I don't know. But yeah, I think we should just need to find more information. Or need to go find Mishimar.
And to be fair, like, with all of this happening, even though the gods that aren't directly involved, there are some that are benefiting from this no matter what, because they are, like, we talked about the dead three. They're not going to be affected mostly because, you know, they are the gods of death, and, you know, like, this is fine. Like, if people die, there will always be people following them. There will always be people in their domain. But, like, you know, the gods of growth, if it was the other way around, if the god of disease was taken out, the gods of creation and growth would benefit from that. So even if people aren't directly connected to it, they could be benefiting, like, and just be like, oh well, I guess I don't have to do anything, and not, like, check out of the conflict because nothing's really happening to them, even if they weren't approached directly.
Yeah, Arrow's just spitballing here. But yeah, so Colchis, do you know where this person is?
I don't think so, because on the list in the notes, you know, Mishimar travels the wilds, and previously they were the one who had tracked Polkus down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hear me out. I have 6 spell slots I can use for divination. What gods do we want answers on? On a scale of 1 to 10, how dangerous is that with a paladin and 2 druids next to me?
I mean, it depends on who you're trying to talk to. Most guys won't give you the time of day.
Is it the worst idea? What's the worst that happens? I go to voicemail?
Or they, you know, kill you. I don't know, man. Like,
you know,
some gods are super proud. How the fuck dare you? But I will say, Colchis,
I'm adorable. How dare you?
I will say, you know that he travels the winds. Mishimar travels the winds, and he's the god of the hunt, or the follower of the god of the hunt. So, he said if you need him, look for him and he'll find you. Or you could, I mean, realistically, if you want to, you are doing a hunt whether you're trying to find, you know, when you're trying to find him, so it could just take some time for him to find you. In that regard, if you want to start looking for him, going back to Faerun is going to be your best. The Sword Coast is going to be your best bet. And then probably finding a place with great winds, like the plains, or even like going into the desert, a spot with, you know, great winds.
I mean, we have a ship. We could just fly.
Fuck around.
Yeah. Do you have
There's just wind
anything-
involved in that.
Do you have anything of theirs, Colchis? Anything they gave you?
I mean, not that was specifically mentioned when LB first gave me this information, but I mean, maybe I have a feather because they're an Aarakocra.
Yeah, why don't you roll me? How would you have asked for this from him? Like, I would think this would be a persuasion type.
Yeah.
Roll to see if how well you convinced him.
Yeah, of just like, you know, okay, yes, you know, traveling on the winds, you'll find us when we need to, but if we need to like make a more urgent call, like this is how we will get in touch.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a persuasion roll.
That's a 12. Because the only charisma skill I have proficiency in is intimidation. Just have a +4 charisma because I'm a paladin.
Yeah. I think that's enough to get a feather from him.
It was an ally. It can't be that challenging. Yeah.
I mean, he's very stubborn. I don't have locate creature prepared, but let's give me
could.
4 hours and I could
Well, I
pull
was
a fake
thinking
creature.
if we have a feather, then I can do scrying.
Mhm.
True.
And if Colchis gives me a description, then that's secondhand. So I'd have a plus, assuming he makes the saving throw, because
That's
I
the
assume
spell I was thinking of.
Yeah.
most people might try to succeed on a random scrying cast on them. If they are assuming he doesn't want to be observed, it would be a +5 to his save because it's secondhand, and then a -10 to his save because we have a body part.
Yeah.
So
You want to try it?
I'm down, and this would let us know where he is.
Okay.
Alhana, you want to help me a bit?
I absolutely will help you.
Just for flavor. But yeah, I will cast it.
I was imagining Arrow coming back with like sort of the big picture of Druid stuff, and then Alhana's like filling in the details.
Yeah.
I know I can do this,
turning the
like-
crystals the right way.
Yeah.
I read about
like
this
the
in
detail work.
I read about this in the How to Druid book.
Fixing
that-
their enunciation and
That
you
was
know,
out
like...
the print like 40 years ago.
That's the only one that Mom had.
I have some if you'd like them.
Great, yeah.
Arrow's gonna have to live with us for like 2 years, huh?
Yeah. They can help dig that pool out really fast.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I've
Let's
got plans for you and those
Arrow.
muscles, Arrow.
I will
For my
continue
wedding
your
present.
druid teachings, and in exchange, you will dig us a
I become your
pool.
contractor. Yeah.
For anybody who
All
watched
right.
Chicago Fire, you're our Matt Casey now.
I apparently need to watch that show.
Okay.
It's
So
it's so good. It's so full of hot people. Every flavor of hot person you want is on Chicago Fire, Chicago PD,
Oh
or
my
Chicago
God.
Med.
Yeah.
Every flavor of hot person you could want. You want a hot blonde lesbian? Chicago Fire. You want
Damn, they got
yeah.
lesbians in Chicago?
Yeah, they
Alex, you
do.
didn't tell me.
They got lesbians in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
You wanna
Well, there's no girls' town. There is a boys' town neighborhood.
we're still welcome, baby.
All right, Arrow, you sit down to cast this spell. What does it look like?
interesting. I think for Arrow, I mean, I'm gonna be pretty classic here. Arrow's got this connection with water. I think that's where they feel most comfortable. So I think it's a little like it is a basin that they like. You know what it is? Is literally like a cooking pot, like a stock pot that Arrow pulls out and just is like put a bunch of water in, and then maybe has like, you know, Talon or Alhana or someone will help to like bless the water or something, and then uses that to as like the focus for the spell.
Okay.
Peering into that.
Yeah, you start looking into this basin, and as you do, your vision moves forward very quickly, and you see clouds as you are passing through them. You get the vision of a cloth and a tail feather before you feel yourself being pulled back. And as you are pulled back into yourself, you can feel your body sort of levitate, not your physical form, more of your astral mind self levitate, and you can see you looking down upon the circle and everything that is happening. You could feel this scrying is sort of like turned back on you for a moment, as it is seeing through your eyes and through this astral part of yourself. And as it looks over the group, it then returns back into the water. You feel yourself go back into your body, and the vision again goes into the clouds, goes to that cloth that is sort of blowing in the breeze, and you see the form of a creature, or an Aarakocra, that looks to be some like a hawk, flying through the air. Its wings stretched out, but its arms are holding onto a pole. The pole is connected above it to this large cloth in the shape of a V, as it has like things connected to it. It seems to be that Mishamar is flying on the winds, not only with his own wings, but with this almost makeshift home tent glider that he has created. And as you see this being, he looks at the scrying, he looks directly at you, basically. He looks at the scrying orb, and you can see as the orb sits still, he is flying in a circle as hawks do, and below him you can see a golden citadel that sits above the top of a mountain, a desert on one side and a rock face on the other, and you recognize this. Actually, would you recognize this? Because you've never been there. But you see a golden citadel sitting on top of a mountain, rocky face on one side, and a desert on the other, and that is what you see as you are looking into this scry. He rolled a natural 20.
Okay. I if I'm seeing that, I will describe it. If I can't kind of gather where that might be, like geographically from where we are.
As soon as you describe it, Talon and Alhana, you guys recognize this immediately as Lythander's temple.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Cool. Seems like he's circling above that right now.
Interesting.
Wanna have Promise pop us over there, and
Yeah, I think that's probably our fastest bet.
I mean, I can't think of any reason for us to delay, or I guess how long would it take us to fly there normally?
Normally, flying there would probably take a couple days, but you guys still have... You can teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can teleport.
Got that fast travel unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think let's just pop over there. I've got this active for 10 minutes, so I can make sure he doesn't move off, but he sees me, so I'm assuming that he probably guesses that we're going to be showing up.
But he'll recognize Caucus, right?
Yep.
All right.
Go and tell the crew what we want to do.
Mm-hmm. All right. You go down, you tell Promise. Promise goes down to tell Lightfoot their destination. Is there anything you guys want to do before you leave?
I think we've done everything here that we need to do, right?
I guess, is this like a before we leave downtime, or is this like a before, like, do I have like 15 minutes?
Whatever
5
you want.
minutes. I just wanna, so I've been thinking about this for a while, but I keep forgetting to do it. I finally wrote myself a note to remember to, but I just, Talon wants to just kind of like send a little like message to her god. I don't know enough about hubris. Look, my brain is Ghost is going to get freed from this thing, and her partner is going to be dead, and she is going to be pissed and on a mission to murder everybody around her, knowing Ghost, right? Like, so I want to be able to tell Ghost that I know where Hubris's soul is and that it's taken care of in some way, shape, or form, but I don't know enough about Hubris to know, like, he's affiliated with such and such god or anything. I just know him as Ghost's partner, so I wanted to just send a little message to, like, kind of like a retcon thing. Like, we could even just retcon it to be like, I mentioned it to, like, you know, the Blood Queen at some point, to be like, hey, do you know where his soul is? Is he being taken care of? Can I tell Ghost that he's good and he's fine and he's, you know what I mean? Like, and safe and taken care of, like, kind of a thing. I kept forgetting to do it, but I wrote myself a note today to make sure that, because Ghost is going to wake up and be, gonna be a problem for everybody around her.
The champion of the revenge god? No, I think she'll be fine.
Like, I've been thinking about this for days, for weeks, and I keep forgetting to say something about it. So I just finally remembered that I needed to mention that Talon wants to make sure that Hubris' soul is good and okay and taken care of.
Absolutely. You can talk to the Blood Queen and let her know, hey, can we just, like, get the soul unlocked? Just, like, take him to your house for a minute. Like,
take care of him, put him in a bedroom.
Someone is coming to get
Someone's
him.
gonna
Yeah.
come to get him, and you don't want anybody in her way.
Yeah, right.
I know this bitch, she's scary. Just keep him there, and we'll figure out
She
everything
will
after.
cause a scene.
She will. The lady can cause a scene.
Right.
Just wanna
You
make
want
sure
blood?
that
She'll give it to you.
she'll give it to you. Yeah, Ghost and
Actually-
Talon are gonna have a great little
This seems like a great
going
networking
for- Great
opportunity.
networking opportunity.
Actually.
Yes. This is a
Hell
great
yeah.
networking opportunity for this this squad.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
the,
I kept
the
forgetting
Blood
to
Queen
mention
would
that.
love that. She was,
Yes.
she was a
The
mom.
Revenge God and the Blood Queen's gods like champions becoming besties is probably a great thing for all.
Yeah. Also, she was part of the mob when she was alive, so like
Yeah.
when she was human, I guess.
Mhm,
Whatever.
mhm.
Okay. Before you guys go, Arrow, you have spent the time to attune to the scepter, correct?
Yes.
So it doesn't happen immediately, but you do start to hear voices from it. It does seem like some are quiet conversations. There are some that are louder and yelling, some screams, some other sounds. It seems to be an array of things. But as you guys begin to teleport, as this big magic is being done, Arrow, you feel yourself suddenly get a little woozy. You swoon slightly as you receive a vision from this staff. And in the vision, it's quite blurry, but before you is a battle. There is robed figures, there are magic spells being slung, and as your focus sort of looks up, you can see that there are two orbs hanging in the air with beings in them. And those two beings and these orbs have power that are surging from them towards the beings that are being fought on the main level, and they also have a power that is surging together on another individual that is standing or floating midair above them. So you have the figure floating in the middle and then two figures floating in the orbs, and as you pass through this spell in this barrier, the vision sort of moves past you, and you find yourself sitting on the ground for some reason.
Assuming I was still in the kitchen when we teleported. I just kind of pop back up. Is anyone else around when this happened?
Yeah, you come upstairs. I mean, Giroux's there, but he's cooking. He's
Yeah.
making lunch. But you guys,
Don't mind me. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm checking out Huber somewhere.
you walk upstairs and get hit with this wave of like heat and dry air as you can see that the desert is out to your right as you are flying towards a beacon of golden light in front of you.
I'm gonna go find my friends. Maybe if Alhana and Kulkus are nearby. I don't know if Take His Talons off doing something.
She's just sitting and probably just like chatting with, just checking in with her god, but
There's
she's
blood
probably there.
everywhere. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just
What is
usually
it, Sunday again?
Yeah, when she starts doing blood stuff, I just really keep my distance for a bit. Hey, Alhana, Kulkus.
Yeah.
What's up?
So I got a vision.
Okay.
Think it might have been the staff. I just described to them so battle, or there were like people fighting, two orbs, person in the center, energy flowing between people. Y'all have any ideas what that means?
No.
A roll we can make, or would you prefer us to just speculate?
If you want to make a roll, you can make a religion check. or an arcana check.
That is a 19, I believe. Yes.
Okay. You know that the Bashaba Timora, they're not just the two of them, they also have Nazira within them. So this trinity could reflect that, as well as the battle with cloaked figures. This could be a vision of the battle to come.
Okay. Yeah, just that was my suspicion. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't like some other significance to that I was overlooking. I mean, it seems like it could have something to do with Nazira and the two gods within her.
All right, yeah, that checks out. I mean, okay. I don't know why the staff is showing me that. But yeah, hit like a trucks don't exist. Hit like a heavily loaded carriage.
I would just be careful with them. Visions are always unreliable at best.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know if I get more. I just want to pass that along in case, my brain explodes or something on the next one.
Oh, well, I don't think that'll happen.
Most likely not.
Fingers crossed.
And if it does happen, just try and be loud about it so we can get to you within a minute.
Yeah, I'll
It
make
gets
sure I
way more
yell.
expensive if it's after a minute.
I'll make sure I yell.
Oh my god, my brain is exploding!
You sound just like Arrow.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's exactly. Oh my god, my brain is exploding.
Do you even know how to yell?
Yeah, I'm yelling all the time. This is me yelling.
I'm not shouting. All right, I am.
They're a barbarian. Don't all barbarians get a barbaric yop?
Yeah, that's me. You ever heard me when I rage and I go,
Oh, that's you yelling.
rah, so angry.
I just thought you were like kind of sad.
No.
It's like if
No.
Eeyore was a barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen an AP where the barbarian was a clown and so would just like sob uncontrollably.
No thanks.
That's
Wow.
horrifying.
Wow.
Oh, that's really
No, that's
yeah,
my nightmare.
Talon, what's your passive perception?
Like 20 something.
Yeah.
25.
Talon, are you as you come out of your communication with your god, you sense a presence, and as you kind of like hear the conversation that's going on, your head snaps to the right, and
the dagger comes out of her arm.
You see standing with its talons holding onto the railing of the ship a Aarakocra that's probably about 6 feet tall. Did I give him a height? Like, if I gave him a height, I need to stick to it. Come on now. I didn't. Anyways, he's a probably 6.5 foot Aarakocra, very regal looking with shoulder pads and regal armor that seems to be made of like a hardened cloth. A hawk-like face with black eyes. Golden eyes and black pupils. And he's standing on the edge, and has this very large, what looks to be a pole coming out of his back with cloth attached to it. It is collapsed. His glider has collapsed on his back. He's got some packs on it, and he's kind of just standing looking at the rest of the group as they're conversing.
Just imagine Talon like with like in the shadows as this like thing happened, just like in like a corner of the ship, and she's just standing there with like her dagger out, like crouched in a corner, just like waiting for something to happen. No sneak attack bonus for the ranger, but she is also sneaky. Does nobody else notice him?
Did we not notice him too?
Well, does anybody have a 20 on their perception, their passive perception? All right, Alhana, you do see this figure standing there. You did not hear anything, but he is just standing there.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Is that your friend Culcus?
Oh, hello there.
I heard you're looking for me.
Sorry I didn't hear you come in. It's very windy.
But yes, we are looking for you. Hope to be able to avail ourselves of your skill set. Um, let's. Why don't you come down off the rail? We can get you some food and fill you in on what's up.
Kind of like you can see his eyes kind of rest on each of you. And as he does, you see him like flap his wings, and the staff spins to the side. This large pole spins to the side as he hops down, and he kind of removes it from his back, placing it at the very edge of the ship. And he very quietly steps towards the rest of you. Again, this looming figure, very tall, arms sort of at his like together in front of him, like really almost uncomfortably looking at each of you, like he's trying to gauge who you are. Um, but he finally lands on you, Culcus, and says, "You've got a job for me."
Yes. How much has Malar told you about what is happening to some of the other champions?
I've seen it firsthand. There is a gem in the middle of the forest. There's a gem here, and a gem near Waterdeep. I
Know
was
about
hunting
the
down the
Waterdeep
others.
one. We know who.
Alan kind of skulks out from the shadows.
Because I guess the Lythander one would be. Because we know
Rana,
The one
right?
here.
Lythander got hit 1st. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
the one here. Who would be
That's name starts with an R.
Rana.
Rana?
Rana. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one in the forest.
Unless that's Sechi somehow on our plane.
Nah, Sechi's off playing.
Gonna say our plane is way too boring for her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. The only ones we knew of for sure were Rana and Ghost and Sechi, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess we'll circle back to the one in the forest, but we are hoping you can help us locate Azuth, who may be somehow responsible for these crystals and thus may be able to help us undo them and keep the fortune gods from attaining too much power.
Are you asking me to hunt down a god?
More or less, yeah.
If you're
Would
up
take
for
us.
it.
I'm always up for a hunt. Would take us off plane? Are you ready for that?
What do you think this ship was for?
Claps the side of the ship. This baby can jump through so many planes.
The dagger finally goes back into Talon's arm.
So, I mean, if you did you have business here to attend to, or were you just keeping an eye on the ones in the crystals?
I was hunting the crystals, but this seems like a lot more fun.
And might help us find all the crystals.
If
Do you
they're
know
off
who's it-
world,
Do you know who's in the one in the forest?
look to be some sort of dragonborn. Blue. But it wasn't blue
Nismat.
crystal. Nismat. Who's that?
If it's who I think it is, it's the champion of Tempest.
Shit. Seems we're in a right predicament then.
The Timor and Bashaba and their ilk are acting quickly and we thought we were preparing for all this, and yet they still have caught us on the back foot a bit, but we're catching back up and hopefully with your assistance we can overtake them.
I'll do my best. I'll see what my guy can offer. I sense, and she kind of looks over all of you again and says, "You just finished a great hunt of your own."
Yes,
Sort of
happy to tell you about it.
sniffs the air. Is that dragon meat I smell?
Yeah, I've got some dragon burgers, dragon brats.
This
Dragon
sounds
crudo,
delicious.
dragon tartare, whatever kind of dragon
Yeah.
meat you want to
They've
eat.
even got the bone broth going for later.
Yeah. You
Well,
want some? Or just fire up the grill.
My wings are mighty tired. Why don't we settle down and discuss this? It'll take me some time, especially if we're going off world.
Yes, because I don't think the ship can teleport again today.
I don't think so. You guys went from... No, you guys went from Candlekeep to Choltz, and then here. So you have one more
Which is the-
teleport.
I thought we
I
only
thought we
had
only
two
got
a day.
two.
You are right.
You gave us 3 the first session.
That's right.
Because
Yeah,
of
'cause she
exigent
overpowered it.
circumstances.
Yeah. She overcharged it. So if it's an emergency, yeah, but
I don't feel like
who
this
knows
constitutes
what's
an
gonna happen?
emergency, yeah.
Fireball
Yeah.
on the ship.
Oh no, we all get sent to different planes.
Oh. Well, it won't be 4 more episodes, it'll be 10. Let's go.
Oh, we all
Everyone
find our
gets
way
their-
back
yeah.
individually.
Everyone gets their own solo episode.
Exactly.
Everybody gets to deal with their own personal trauma on these random areas that they get
Mhm.
teleported to.
If this was
Oh,
a
no.
recorded series, that would be
Yeah.
really fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why we probably need a podcast squad.
Yeah. I did just remember in Wild Space towards the end we had that like incident where like Val and my characters got sent to demi-plane for like hundreds of years or something before
Yeah.
we rejoined the group, and we just
Yeah.
like brushed over it in like 5 minutes.
I do remember that. Yeah. Let's make a game plan.
Dinner, game plan, hunt.
Damn game
Tell
plan.
looks like excited.
Yeah. You guys find yourselves beneath deck having a wonderful barbecue of different kinds of dragon. T-Rex dragon. It's very different. It's probably, it's probably tougher than most meats. I'm thinking of it, I've been playing a lot of Fallout, and I'm thinking of it like Deathclaw steaks that is very like hearty but tasty. It's like it already started with a great sear on it, so you really just had to add some flavor, and that sounds delicious.
I imagine if you like
want
marinate
a
the hell out
steak.
of it, it'd be a hell of a pot roast.
I
Yeah,
bet.
hell yeah.
You
guys
call
are
this
I'm
what it
hungry.
is.
Are we done?
Everybody go eat a snack.
Mhm.
Meat-based snack for
Yeah.
any carnivorous friends.
1973 is down there helping set the table and such. He is excited to see a new champion and excited to hear the story. Moxie regales everyone with the tale of the defeat of Chompy and all of the spoils of that combat. And yeah, is there anything you guys want to do during dinner, after dinner? Anyone you want to talk to on the ship?
Who we have on the ship right now?
So many
Crew?
people.
1973.
Yeah,
New
you have,
dude.
yeah. Promise, Raimi, Nibbles, Juru, Lightfoot, and Sue, and her zombies, me, and now.
I
How
can't think of-
spicy do we think tomorrow is going to be?
Does
I
Mishwan
thought you
know
were
where
talking
we're
about the
going?
food.
No, the adventure.
Yeah.
I can
adventure.
tone down the spice tomorrow. If we need to, sorry. Yeah. I was trying
I'm
to get
asking
the
because
balance
I
on.
can cast Hero's Feast.
Not a bad idea. If so, where does Mishwan know where we're going, or are we just following a general direction? that-
Or we parking it until
Yeah, you
we
guys are gonna.
eat and chill and talk to him.
He knows that it's off plane for sure. Once he gets into, he's gonna suggest going into the astral sea because that'll give him a better idea of like if a freer place to get direction. But it's because it's off plane, it's gonna take him a little bit to like actually focus in on it. So if you guys want to take the night, so that the ship recharges.
Astral sea without using a charge. Or is it
No.
charge to go to the astral sea?
I think we need a charge to get there.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood how the ship worked. Okay, so we'll have to use a charge to get to the astral sea, and then we'll have to use a charge probably to go to where we're going.
Correct.
And then we'll be stuck there.
Unless it's an extreme circumstance,
an extreme situation, and then we can like. If it's, Gehenna or something, we can probably like bolt out of there. Okay, sounds good. I just wanted to make sure I knew our game plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're probably just chilling here, like parking the ship for the night.
Okay.
And having a lovely dinner. But to answer Alhena's question, if you have the spell slot, and you have it prepared, it wouldn't be the worst thing to cast Hero's Feast over this chompy meat.
Is it 8 hours, Hero's Feast?
24, isn't it?
24.
Let's go.
Yep, sure do.
How much does it cost, though? Isn't it like 1,000 in material components or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, it is. We had talked a long while ago about me getting a couple of them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna save one for that last fight. But if you guys want one now, we can do one now, or we can save it.
Well, we've got extra gold now too that we can now spend for additional Heroes Feast too. If we...
Or we can save it. I don't know.
I don't think it's a bad idea. If we're gonna be heading into another fight, like potentially...
But we don't know if we're gonna be in the fight when we get there. I guess the jumping does like only take a few minutes, really. Like, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a handle on time and these jumpies.
Yeah. Fast travel.
So,
weird.
How do spell durations work when you're on different planes and time flows differently?
Well,
if it's only a few minutes to
time.
us, is it based on personal time in the bubble that you're in?
Yeah, it was discussed in the last season that when you're traveling through planes on the Pondon ships, they are central to being on the material plane time, because otherwise traveling and giving goods and stuff would be monumental. So they are focused in on the material plane's time. Yeah.
I imagine it's like for the effects of like the 24-hour spell effects, it's like internal time, like 24 biological hours.
Yeah. If you're traveling at the speed of light, it is your personal time clock.
Okay, so
yeah, I think it's good to do it because I'm gonna make the assumption that if we're going here to like free Azuth, that they didn't leave it unguarded.
Yeah,
because that would be pretty wild.
Because how is he being controlled if he's not captured in some way?
Yeah, if their like main weapon facility is powered by this guy, they're not just gonna, they wouldn't just leave a big hole that you just shoot a missile through and blow up the whole thing.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Okay, if you want to do it, rock and roll.
I think go for it.
Sure, let's do it.
Then I don't have to remove the frightened and poisoned things from my character sheet yet. So since I added those resistances.
Hannah helps Arrow cook dinner.
Perfect.
I feel like you could just bless the food. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that, like, if there's food available, I feel like this is completely off topic, but I feel like with Heroes Feast, you should just be able to be like, here's a feast that someone cooked. I can bless this and have this be the Heroes Feast, you know? Like,
or Alhana's just
what if you're a bad cook,
to the
you know?
potluck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everybody has one bite of the cheesecake that Alhana made, it's Heroes Feast. If you ate everything from dinner. Like, I feel like there have to be like funny Heroes Feast rules.
All
Someone
right.
can do Hero's Feast, but only in coleslaw form.
But
It's
like
just a
white
lot of
people
potato
coleslaw,
salad.
and it's not great.
Everybody
It's
has to
great.
have
I
every-
mean,
I hate coleslaw.
They only like vinegar-based coleslaws, not cream-based
Coleslaw's
ones.
gross.
All right, you
Anyway.
guys. You have your hero's feast. You guys don't need to sleep, but everyone else on the ship does. So they're gonna spend some time. You see Sue come out at some point, slinking from the shadows, and she like is watching Mishamar. Mishamar is watching her, and you see she has her tape measure in her hand, and she doesn't know what to do. She wants to go up and measure him and figure out what's up, but
Talon's just like behind Mishamar, just like just this most imperceptible, like shaking her head, like
Don't.
girl, turn around.
But yeah, everyone gets their long rests, and the rest of if you want to sleep, please do take your long rest.
Will, yeah. I want to get that spell slot back.
Hell yeah. Anything that you guys want to do in the evening or the night? Otherwise, we will jump to the morning.
What's our hit point? Feast Daddy.
Oh, right, I have to roll for that.
Daddy.
Forgot it's not just a number. Oh, please. What's it? 2d10? 2d10. That's a d8. Come on. Oh, that was almost a 9 and a 10. It was very close. 13.
13's great.
All right.
And
Please
that
remember
is
to tell Tanya.
maximum increase.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Yes, your maximum increases by 2d10 and you gain those hit points. So
All right. You guys wake up in the morning feeling great. The sun is just bearing down on the ship that has been hovering. It is quite high up in the air now. Normally it floats like just above the tree level, but to get to where Mishamar was, it is fairly high up in the air. Again, you see the glinting of the sun, the citadel that is sitting on top of this mountain. The dawn is dark and gloomy per usual. The citadel beneath you seems to almost diminish in the sunrise. But as it goes a little bit higher, you can see the sun just shining upon this building. They call for the Lightfoot to take them through to the Astral Sea, which is quite easy for them. The portal opens up before you, and you can see that Mishamar is at the front of the ship, like right at the bow, with his eyes in front of him, and he is looking into this portal. You pass through it, and as you do, his eyes glow a little gold, and they kind of like do the loading screen, the loading thing, as he is
buffering.
Yeah, that's the loading. He's buffering as you pass into the Astral Sea. Again, you see floating rocks. There are it's a black sky with colors twisting and turning like galaxies around you. You have the safety of the ship with the gravity and the air bubble that you are in. And as he turns to the rest of you, his eyes are now completely glowing gold. And he says, "Well, looks like we're heading to the Scarlet Jungle."
What's that?
Thank you, Arrow.
I was
He
like, wait,
said-
do I need to make a roll? Do I know where this is?
Boy, I don't know how you would.
Yeah.
It is. It is. He says that it is part of the Great String of Tartarus. He says the layers of Tartarus are hard to describe for those of you who have spent most of your lives in the material plane or any such plane, but they are a string of I'll describe them as a string of pearls going through space. Kathros is one of those. It's the second one in the string, and if we're going there, that means that we're going to be heading into Talona's territory. It seems that she is the one who has captured Zuth.
Okay.
Right. Um,
Well,
because when we were in the aura of the plague beast thingies, it negated our ability to heal. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what they all could do so that we can
Mm-hmm.
adequately prepare.
yeah. I mean, good news is he's feast. I think good idea. As I
Mm-hmm.
think poison was a factor
Mhm.
there. So
Okay, so I'm just looking at one of the 4th level spells I have prepared is probably going to be very useful because each non-hostile creature in the aura can't become diseased and has resistance to poison damage.
That's gonna be
disease is
choice.
huge.
Paladins. Duncan.
Yep. Yeah, aura of purity, concentration for up to 10 minutes. So, like, I can do this, but then I'm not going to be able to do any of my smites or like other things.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, your spell smite. Yeah.
I don't have that.
Well, if you guys want to discuss that, it is
Yeah.
time to end the session. Thank you guys so much. You guys can spend 2 weeks planning because unfortunately next week we will not be playing. But you guys have plenty of time if you want to ask me any questions that Mishamar can provide. He's never been there himself, but he does know a little bit. So you can. I mean, it's the realm of Talona, so you can assume what is there. But thank you guys so much for playing with me tonight. Let's go around and have everybody say who they are and where people can find you, starting with Val.
Hi everyone. Like we said, I'm Val. You find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. Over on GGK tomorrow, we'll be continuing our Dragon Age TTRPG campaign. At 8 o'clock Eastern time. Heading into our penultimate arc of our short 55 session miniseries. So come hang out with us for that.
I'm next. Hi, everybody. I'm Van. I'm a Van but Wilder on the internet. I'm here on Sundays. I'm over on GGK. Mondays, Tuesdays running D&D. Every other Wednesday playing Scum and Villainy. And then Saturdays playing Blades in the Dark. And I think that's all of them. We're busy.
I'm Rachel. Rachel is Beth. Rachel is mess with the email at us. I'm here on Sundays. I am on GGK and the aforementioned D&D campaign that runs on Tuesday nights. And I am also in Scum and Villainy every other Wednesday. And look, I got a Talon's tattoo. I don't know if it actually showed up in, in the camera because I didn't look, but I'm very excited about it.
It did.
And that's it. That's me.
And that leaves me. Hello, I am Alex, OMG at some guy on the internets, mostly just here on Sundays at the moment. That's it for me.
And I'm LB Hackemup. I have been your mistress for this evening. You can find me next on Monday night. Tomorrow night we are doing back to our Gold Rush campaign where I play a sweet older southern lady who's hitting on a lizard folk who is not understanding what she's putting down, but boy is she too nice to say anything about it. You can find me on Wednesday at Nerd Immersion, where we are playing our Lost Minds of Phandelver, where we're actually getting back into the book. We had a 3-episode arc where we went to my character's parents' house and basically had a Bridgerton session, a couple sessions of Bridgerton. And then on Thursday, we'll be back here doing our mystery business game where we had a huge curveball hit at the end of the last episode. So I'm excited to see how we wrap it up. We'll be back on Friday for our normal, I promise I'll be there this week, episode of Friday Night Frights with Ren and I. We will be back playing Alan Wake, which will be super fun. And then we will be off, and I won't be doing anything until next weekend. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. If you are following us, please go like that tweet and comment on it so we can pick a winner by the end of the month, and you can get some fun stuff. We appreciate everybody who has followed the channel and who watches our content, because without you, we're just, a bunch of friends playing D&D, which is still fun, but not as fun as the input you guys put into it. So I guess I'm LB Hack 'em Up, and until next time, hack recklessly. Bye!